Alrighty, everybody, welcome to another episode of I Never Met a Stranger I Didn't Like, and I'm your host, Phil Tubbs, and I'm in a pretty colorful place right now with one of my new friends here, Mr. Chad Moore. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Chad, where are we right now?
We are at Route 66 Candy Shop. We're at 1555 North Highway 66.
Literally right off the highway.
Yep, northeast corner of Pine and 66 by Hook's gas station.
Yeah, right here in Catoosa.
Yep.
You drive right past it. Like, I don't know how many times I drove right past it before we came in here. We kind of found it kind of by accident one day.
We get that a lot.
Yeah, we were, you know how you've got more than one kid, so you kind of know how this goes. We have three as well. And every once in a while, we have just kind of a day with one of them just to kind of give them some attention, let them do what they want. And our daughter was like, I want to go to the candy store. And we were like, man, we don't want to go to the mall. Like, we don't want to go all the way to Tulsa, go to the candy store. And I was like, wait a second. I'm pretty sure there's one in Catoosa. Let's see if it's open. Sure enough, it was open. We came in here and we were like, dang, This is a pretty legit place. It's the real deal. You got all kinds of stuff in here.
Yeah, I mean, we've got pretty much all the same stuff that the mall has. We're not a big budget production, so it doesn't look as fancy, but I've got just as much stuff. I've got stuff that they don't have. We've got a whole sugar-free section.
Yeah, so you got a whole sugar-free section right over here.
Yep.
So if them diabetics or even just them gym rats.
Yeah, I've got a lot of people that come in with sugar-related health problems.
Yeah.
And they hit that and they're surprised, even though we've only got a little bit. They're surprised. They're like, that's the best selection we've seen in a while. And it blows me away. So I'm always looking for more of that
stuff. Yeah.
We've got lots of stuff that the kids like. We've got the slime liquors. We've got, my wife's freeze dried candy.
Yeah, that's another thing. We'll get to that. It's not just the store.
Yeah. Soda pops, everything.
Chocolate galore.
Yeah.
I'm a chocolate gummy bear guy. And when I was here that first time, I found you have white chocolate covered gummy bears, and I got some, and they're probably my favorite. I like them better than the regular ones myself. They're pretty good. I remember we talked about it and you're like, they kind of taste like a chocolate covered raisin, which I like chocolate covered raisins. So it works out really well for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my kids are pretty keen on the gummy pigs. I don't know what it is about the gummy pigs, but they love the gummy pigs.
Yeah, I like the gummy teeth.
The gummy teeth,
Gummy teeth are fun.
The gummy teeth. You got some, and there's gummy eggs. They really like those too.
Gummy eggs, gummy cows, frogs, centipedes, alligators, sharks.
All kinds of.
Yeah, we've that rack of gummies. We've got, I believe the last count, there's over 100 different items.
Huge table. And I'm a saltwater taffy guy myself too, and a huge selection of saltwater taffy.
Yeah, and we're actually running low right now, so.
And you still got a lot.
Yeah.
Still a lot. And I got a whole bag that first time we came in here, like just full on monster bag of.
You're like, this is Dad's bag.
Yeah, I was like, this is mine. Nobody else wants to eat it. They always like, it's stuck in my teeth. I'm like, yeah, that's why Dad eats it. Don't eat my candy. But, yeah, I mean, we came in here, we were blown away. Just it's right off. People don't even notice it here.
Yes, we get that a lot. We really need a little bit more exposure, but the amount of people that come in, they're like, we didn't know you guys were here.
Yeah.
And we've got a sign out front. We've got chalkboard.
We got to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, you forget about these things because we don't have really another candy store in the area. I mean, you have to go to the mall to go to a candy store, and sometimes we just kind of forget about them.
Yeah.
And we're like, cause we're not driving all the way over there. So, I mean, like if you're anywhere, you're in Catoosa, Claremore, I mean, even Owasso, you just come down the road. It's really not that far. You can come in here and get some good candy and not have to go out there. And I'll tell you this, whenever we first came in here, I thought we were going to be spending like $50, and it was not even half of that.
Yeah. We've got 3 kids. Parker's 10 months old, Emery's 3, Dawson's 5. And before we ended up with the candy shop, when my mom would come to town, they'd be playing and she'd be like, here's $20, go get you some candy.
Yeah.
And I mean, no joke.
Yeah, just a handful.
This was $20.
Yeah, for sure.
So we shop our competitors.
Yeah.
As far as I know right now, we are the cheapest on bulk candy. And
yeah, I would say so.
I call it my dad friendly pricing because I have a hard time with pricing some of the things, because it's like something we buy that's expensive. I'm like, are people going to pay this much for it? Do I want to pay this much for it? And so I kind of have a guilty conscience about overcharging on things. So
I'm a cheap dad. So, I mean, really, I am. I'm not going to lie. I'm cheap when it comes to
my wife. She'll tell you I'm a cheapskate unless it's my toys.
Yeah, unless exactly. I mean, I got all this fancy equipment. I'll pay money for this stuff. It's nice, but it's when it comes to all that other stuff. But I mean, we came in a week later with all of our kids, and me and my wife both got bags. I think I got 2 actually, and my kids each got to fill up a bag, and I think it was still like $27.
Yeah,
and they're still munching on some of that candy.
Yeah, and most everything we've got, just because we are so small, as soon as it gets here, it hits the shelf. So it's not like a bigger store where it's been sitting in a stock. It's not like Walmart where it's on a pallet in the heat in the back fresh. For 6 months.
It is like, I mean, when you get a gummy bear, like, especially like a chocolate covered gummy bear, sometimes you get them and they're like super hard.
Yeah.
And you can tell they're not fresh. They've been sitting there for a while. It's not, these things are not.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, the chocolate covered espresso beans.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. They were delicious.
Yeah. Those and the, my favorite's the pumpkin spice espresso beans, but my wife, I bought those for me.
For you. You kind of put them at the top there.
I love pumpkin spice anything. My wife tells people very basic.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, my grandma used to make the most awesome pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, and so I've always loved pumpkin. And then I grew up in Muskogee, and I didn't have Starbucks. See, I'm 31, so I didn't have Starbucks until I was in high school.
What?
And
I mean, because
And so when I moved up here, my friend's like, wait, what? You've never had Starbucks? And I'm like, so I spent like 2 days, like, what do I order? Because this is weird to me.
Yeah, it is kind of an odd thing when you go into it.
And it was fall and it was pumpkin spice.
It was perfect timing for you.
Yeah.
You were stuck.
Stuck.
Now you're just one of those, you're waiting for fall to come back around because you're like, I just want some pumpkin spice.
And somebody came to buy some and they tried them and my wife's like, oh, those are my husband's pumpkin spice girly espresso beans. I said, "There's no shame
There's no shame at all." Yeah, no, I can agree with you. Pumpkin spice, like you're talking about your grandma, pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread. Oh yeah, my grandma, like, she made the best pumpkin pie. Like, you try to eat it other places. Even my mom tries to make it,
right? And
it's just still not the same. We always joke saying that she must have had to like spit in it or something because it was like it wasn't right.
It was hers. Nothing's like hers.
The pumpkin bread where it's sticky on your fingers. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm right. I like the pumpkin spice too. I'm going to have to get me some of those because now you got me intrigued on that.
It tastes just like eating a pumpkin spice latte. It's exact. You get the pumpkin and then you get that little bit of coffee finish, but it's not overpowering.
I mean, give you a little kick too. You got some coffee. You got some espresso caffeine going on there. Give you a little kick. I mean, maybe I can just kind of substitute that for one of my cups of coffee in the morning.
I mean, we've even got pumpkin spice taffy. Pumpkin pie taffy.
Yeah, I got some actually. I did, and it was delicious. So that pumpkin pie taffy was great. I did get it. I'm not gonna lie. It was awesome. Yeah. So let's how did you guys even get into like having a candy store? Like, I mean, that's a great dream for me. I would be freaking 300 pounds.
Well, I mean, I'm a machinist. I've been a machinist for the last 13 years. Yeah. That's all my career. I've nonstop been a machinist. I've done some things on the side. My wife's background, she's a nail technician and esthetician.
Yeah.
So COVID hit. They shut down her salon. So I told her to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yep.
I was blessed enough to be able to work through COVID and be able to work overtime and sustain. And then just after that, which at the time, my son, he was little. My son and my oldest son and my daughter are only 18 months apart. So we had our daughter.
Staying busy.
Then when my daughter was 2 months old, our house burned down. I worked nights.
COVID and the house burning down.
Yeah. Shoot. So I worked nights at the time. I was getting off about 4 or 5 in the morning. About 8 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I heard the relay click before the smoke detectors went off.
Yeah.
So I wake up, I'm like, okay, well, my mother-in-law, she lives with us, and it's about time for her to go to work. So I thought maybe she cooked some bacon or something that. So I go in the front room, it's a little hazy, go in the middle of the house. It's just that haze, like been cooking
like, what
something.
Is this?
and trying to figure out what's going on, and go to the front of the house and hear it crackling, open the front door. The whole outside of the front of the house was on fire while we were asleep.
What?
So I run back, get my wife, wake her up. We're grabbing babies. We had enough time to exit the house, get to the front of the house, and watch the whole front of the front porch collapse.
Oh my gosh.
So while we were in the process of insurance and all that, we stayed in a hotel, all of us.
Oh, I did that through the tornado, after this tornado we had, and 5 of us in a little hotel room is a lot.
Yeah. So there was my wife and I, and then the 2 babies in our room. Then they gave my mother-in-law her own. Mm-hmm. So the insurance took care of us there. Then we ended up getting into a rent house, and I had a new job lined up, was supposed to get a pay increase. That fell through. And so I had a discussion with my wife. I said, it feels kind of freeing not having to work or go anywhere or do anything. So at that time, I cashed out my retirement plan, and I started a lawn business, and she bought a freeze dryer. Played around with the freeze dry stuff just because it's neat.
It's cool. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. I would love to.
So she started that as her business. I started doing lawns. I've done lawns for up to last summer, 3 years. And this year she told me, she's like, the candy makes more money. You're going to quit mowing and we're going to focus on freeze dry.
Yeah.
So we did that. And then I have a buddy that lives up the road, and he's the one that discovered that this store was for sale.
Yeah. And
he's like, hey man, you guys are doing that freeze dried candy. It's taking off. You're doing great. He's like, go buy this store.
You're like, what?
Yeah. I'm like, sure. Yeah. Let me just
buy a candy store.
Let me just reach into my bank account and pull out enough money to go buy a store. But the original owners of the store, they're great people, very family oriented. They just decided this wasn't a route that they wanted to go. Retail wasn't really their thing.
Yeah.
And they were right at the end of the release, that 3 days before everything had to go to auction. So we came in, I negotiated some terms with them. Yeah. They were very willing to work with me. They were like, hey, we just want out. We would love to see it continue.
Yeah.
So we worked out if I had made this deal with anybody else, that would be like Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I would be the shark. So we made the deal with them. They trusted us. Yeah. They were just like, hey, you seem like good people. We believe you.
Let's do it.
And we were able to take control of the store and use the profits of the store to pay for itself. And as of December, this 6 months ago, the store paid for itself, and now we are complete and 100% owners of the store for the last 6 months.
That's awesome.
So
that's a lot of work. So you guys have been, what, 2 years here, or almost 2 years?
So we've been, so the store itself has been here for a little over 2 years.
Okay, and you guys have been here for
I've had it. Yeah, my wife and I have had it for a year.
For a year now. So that's a lot of candy in a year. Yeah. It's a lot of work. But here's the thing. You didn't stop your other job, right? You're still working, right?
Yes, I still work as a machinist. My wife still does her freeze-dried candy. We do vendor events. So I'm working, full-time, standard 45, 50 hours a week.
Gosh, and then coming here to the candy store.
Then I'll come up here in the evenings. Either, if my wife's not feeling it, I'll take over, she'll go home, or I'll take the kids home.
Yeah.
You'll see me up here on Saturdays a lot.
So that's when I met you. That's when I ran into you in here. You were just sitting in here, chilling out. Your kids were back here in the back.
Yep.
Your son was showing my daughter like all his favorite stuff, like super good salesman right there. He's candy salesman.
He loves it. If we do vendor events, he likes to go, especially the freeze-dried candy. We have samples. Yeah. He likes to go out in front and yell, freeze-dried candy, free samples. He likes to interact with people.
Kids are the best salesmen, man.
He's 4, and he can tell you where every single piece of candy in the store is. We had a new shipment come in last month, and we put up some new things.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the shelf. I'm like, what's new over here? That, and that. What's new over here? Well, this wasn't here before. I was like, well, that's not new, but you're right. It wasn't here before.
We moved it.
And so if there's any other kids his age that come in here, he likes to tell them what he likes. He likes to show them new things like you did with your daughter.
Yeah.
Took her around the whole
She loved it. She was like, she loves kids. So other kids. So she was like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. And he'll be like, have you seen this? This is a jawbreaker on a stick. This is a gummy dinosaur. And
you're going to have an inventory specialist by the time he's 6 years old. He'll be ordering. He'll be doing it all for you.
I asked him the other day. I was like, "You going to work the candy store when you're older?" And he's like, "No." And then my daughter said, "I will." I said, "Well, there you go.
Somebody's got to." Right?
I'm gonna send him to be a manager, and she can work.
There you go. There you go. You'll have multiple stores, and he'll just run all those stores, and she'll be in the store, right?
Yep.
There you go. That's a good plan.
That's the plan they came up with. She's 2, or just turned 3. Yeah.
Dream big, right?
Right.
It's what you gotta. I mean, it's kind of fun when you own your own business and your family gets to be involved with it. It kind of makes it more enjoyable and kind of less. I mean, it is work, but it does make it less work when you get to have that enjoyment with your kids and that stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, there's days when, the kids are having days and you're like, it's miserable having them up here because they're just being kids stuck in a store with their parents and we're trying to work. But then there's other times where it's just awesome because they get to help put stuff up, crush down boxes. They just love it. They
get to watch you guys and learn a little bit of some work ethic that we don't get we really don't see too much anymore.
Like Dawson, he likes to ring up freeze-dried candy on the register. He knows where the button is for it. And when we first got going, I think the first 3 months we had the store, he liked to play shopper. And so we would let him ring stuff up and he'd come up and say, "Okay, how are you paying? Cash or dollars?"
Cash or dollars. I love it. That should just be the saying that you just say now. Cash or dollars. Cash or dollars. What you got?
And so, but like you said, having your own business, it's a pain sometimes because you do everything. I'm the accountant, the inventory manager, the store manager, we do everything.
Yeah. On top of your other job.
On top of my other job, having kids, having events, but then my wife, if she's got doctor's appointments or something like that, she can say, "Hey, look, we're going to close. We don't have to stress about, I've got to get to work. Or I'm going to get to work late. And then my boss is going to be mad at me."
Yeah. We're trying to take time off.
Trying to take time off or, and unfortunately the way the job market is, people get hassled.
Oh yeah. You get hassled for that
it's like, "Hey, you already took off for your kid this day, this day, this day."
Yeah.
And earlier this year, our customers were awesome for bearing with us. Mm-hmm. But my wife has a rare heart condition and she has a defibrillator in her chest.
Oh, dang.
And so it's been about 8 years since it got put in. So it had to be changed because the batteries are going dead.
Yeah.
The first surgery was unsuccessful. It didn't seat in its spot properly. And 2 weeks later, she had to have the same surgery again. Other than me just taking off work with my job, which luckily I have, my boss is cool, but we didn't have to worry about that. My mom volunteered to help out. And then if she couldn't get here on time, it's like, just get there when you get there. Or, one day something came up. She's like, "I'm not going to be able to make it." I'm like,
"That's life.
We can close the store. It's fine."
Yeah.
We're not making millions of dollars, so I'm not, it's not like Walmart. If I shut the doors for a day, it's going to...
You lose $150,000
right.
Closed for a couple hours, yeah.
So there are the benefits of that are more work-life balance, getting to spend time with your family, getting to focus on your family, and you can be together and do stuff like that. And that's been one of the best things ever. We've met a lot of cool people. The first month we were here, the fire department came rolling in with their trucks. Apparently, they were just going to get dinner at AJ's. But one of the firefighters pulled on the door, and I just happened to be pulling out on the highway, and I looked over and back up real quick. I'm like, "Oh crap! Is there a fire? Is there something going on?" Which our house burned down, so it's kind of like
you're a little PSD there, paranoia going on.
So I'm like, "Hey, do you need in there?" And he's like, "Oh no, we were just seeing if it was open." I said, "Well, I own that. Do you want to go in and check it out?"
You can go look.
And he's like, "Sure." So I backed up, reopened the store, let him come in. And then the one guy, which he helped at the Rogers Point throw the candy off the fire truck. I've seen him around several times since then, but he's like, "But before we go, I think we got to do a fire truck tour." And so they were able to take my son out, opened up everything, let him climb up in there and turn the lights on, and just little things like that you wouldn't normally get to experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then like being at Rogers Point, getting to help be part of that event, getting to the event we have next month that we're a sponsor for.
Yeah.
Getting to do things like that it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
and the kid, I mean, like I said, it seems like work going and setting up at when I used to own a pest control company, going and setting up at a home show, things like that. The kids loved it. They stood out there. They handed out more cards than I did. Yeah. Like they were getting me business, you know, just that. And they love it. They're so into it. And it's kind of nice because they're so proud of what mom and dad have done, what you've built and things like that. And that kind of, you know, when you're putting in the hours and the time like that and your kids are proud of, you know, what you're doing and what's going on, like it helps. It gives you that drive to keep going, you know?
And my hope is that we can get this going a little bit better. That way we can have this as our main source of income for everything. Yeah. And then I can show that my kids an alternative lifestyle.
Yeah.
There's like the other day I work overtime regularly.
Yeah.
And my son asked me, he was like, hey, do you have to go back to work? I said, yeah. And he said, do you have to go back to that work that makes you grumpy? And I was like, yeah, I got to go back to that place that makes daddy grumpy. But, you know, just to show him that working that and then coming here and working here, putting in the hours pays off.
It pays off.
You know,
the time that you put into it, it's going to pay off.
Yeah. And there's times where they don't want to come to the candy store. They're tired of the candy store, but then they get here and then they don't want to leave.
Yeah.
And so just the freedom that you get, the flexibility, and I'm a people person.
Yeah.
And so just getting to talk to people and meet people.
That's like one of the best parts of it.
Yeah.
When you have a business.
And for me, working in a metal shop my whole life, my wife, sometimes she's like, well, you know, you work there and then you're going to work Saturday. I was like, it's not physical intensive work. Yeah. So I'm like, it's like
mentally on you. I
get to sit here and talk to people and make money.
Yeah. You're like, I can't beat that, right?
Yeah. I've had 4 or 5 travelers they lived in like Illinois, but they were coming back from Arizona on their way to Missouri and just happened to stop in.
Awesome.
And then I had a family that was from Virginia. Mm-hmm. They came to see the Outsider's house. And then the dad was like, oh, there's Route 66. We got to do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
And they stopped to get gas, saw our sign, popped in. And, you know, it's like, how in the world are these people from all over the country ending up in this little hole in the wall in Catoosa, Oklahoma?
It's awesome.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. Because, I mean, getting to meet those people, they have different stories and they have different ideas of life, and you get to hear all that from not just Okies. Yeah. You know, it's other people that are from all over. Yeah.
And what's surprising to me is how big Route 66 is still going. Like people are still do it. The kids are interested in it.
And I think it's really that old Americana feeling, the idea of it is starting to really come back anyways. People are wanting to drive to go somewhere instead of flying or things like that. And it can be stressful going on a long trip with a family and things like that. But I mean, I've driven from Oklahoma City back to my house in Claremore down Route 66. We didn't get off it. We stayed on it as much as we could. And there's just so much great stuff to see as you're going down the road. Just even if you don't stop at every spot, right? There's so much to see.
Yeah. And especially like, you know, Oklahoma City, obviously in Tulsa, you've got big stuff there.
Yeah.
But we've got our little Route 66 passport that I didn't know existed before we got this shop. Well, I knew the totem pole was up the road.
Yeah, totem pole. You got the blue whale right down the road from you.
So the kids, we went to pay our rent in Claremore. They saw the whale. They were like, we got to go to the blue whale. We wanted to go to the blue whale. So we're not stopping today, but I'll take you on the weekend. Yeah. And then, so I went ahead and we did a little mini, you know, I went to the blue whale and they saw that. They loved it. I was like, well, there's a totem pole up the road.
Yeah, go see the totem pole.
We'll go see the totem pole. Well, the lady in the gift shop, she's like, well, do you know about this? And she pulled out the passport. And I said, no, I didn't. And so we got our stamp there. We didn't get our stamp at the Blue Whale yet, but then we've gone to some of the places up in Tulsa, the Buck Adams, Cosmos, the big statue.
They just got a new one in there too.
They're about to get 2. Yeah, actually.
They've just put up the, I don't remember what it was.
It's like Space Sally or
something like that. And then they have another one coming.
Yeah, they're getting the big lumberjack.
Is that what it is?
Across the road, yeah.
Oh,
we were there last weekend because my kids, I was like, let's go. You guys want to go get stamps?
Yeah. Gotta go. Yeah.
My son has become a stamp fiend. So we went to the Outsider's house, the Blue Whale.
Yeah.
Went back and got our Buck Adams stamp, went to the church studio.
Yep.
And just, it's crazy. Right here, you got the gun museum in Claremore, but if you can go from Claremore to Tulsa, that's 90% of the northeast leg of that passport.
Yeah, it's huge.
And
there's so much history here.
Yeah.
That you get to see. And I think, so 2026 is the centennial of 66. So It really is going, I think we're going to see a huge uptick in that, along with the big amusement park that's going in, in Veneta. People are going to be flying into Tulsa.
Yep.
And why not drive down 66 to see what we got? Because, it is historical. People want to do it just to say, we drove down 66. I think we kind of take it for granted living here, because literally I used to drive it probably every single day.
Right.
And you don't think about those things. You're driving past the Blue Whale, 10 times in a month. It's just the Blue Whale.
Yeah. Absolutely. And see, I'm not from around here. I grew up in Muskogee. I did graduate from Broken Arrow, but I never really got into Tulsa or anything else until I was already an adult. And I didn't have anybody to really tell me all the history about it. So now some of the old timers I work with, one of them, he's real into music, used to be in a band back in the day, was in the Houston rock and metal scene.
Awesome.
Down, in Texas. And he's just an old fart that likes to jam out.
He told you got to go see the church.
So I went to the church and he's telling me all about it. And he said that back in the day, Eric Clapton lived here.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't remember if it was Leon or Eric Clapton. Somebody had a big house out on the lake, and they would fly in people and just go out, hang out at the lake and jam out. And he's like, I heard music one time out there when I was out cruising the lake. That very well could have been Leon Russell and Eric Clapton and all those guys just jamming out, and I didn't know it.
There's been so many huge musicians that have recorded there at the church studio. It's insane.
And then just
there's a lot of celebrities from Oklahoma that people don't realize.
Yeah. Bigger than country, but even in the church studio, it's kind of funny. They have a little section in the museum about that rock album that Garth Brooks did.
Yeah. Yes. All of us kids that were alive in the late 80s, early 90s, we remember that.
Yeah. It's hilarious because you get all this nice stuff about Leon Russell and all these other, old time rock guys, and then bam.
There's Garth Brooks with his slick down black hair and his little soul patch going on.
Yeah, and we found some cool little shops out there around that area that I took the kids to.
Yeah.
And it was hot last weekend, but I was like, hey, let's go in the store. I'll get you a cold drink.
Yeah.
And they loved it. We went to the DW Corel Museum.
Yep.
I saw the glowing rocks.
Yeah.
They liked looking at all the old toys. The cars, they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
But they liked the rocks and the toys that were in there.
Oh, of course.
So they got some geodes to take home and bust open.
Oh, heck yeah. That'll be fun.
It was a great time, and I think it cost us $9 to get in.
Yeah.
For all three of us.
Like I said, I think we really do. A lot of people that are from around here don't realize all the great things that we do have around here. And that's kind of why I was like, I gotta start this podcast, because there's a lot of awesome stuff. Like, one of our favorite spots is the Will Rogers birthplace house out there in Oologah, and it's just this old white house. They've got it's an active farm. They've got animals out there, and when you stand on the front porch of that house, you have one of the best views of Oologah Lake. It is gorgeous, and it's my daughter's autistic, and she gets to just go out there and just run amok, just have fun, and just be loud. And they love it out there. And it's kind of off the beaten path. It's just it's an awesome place to go look at. And if you're like me, I love Will Rogers. I think the guy was way ahead of his time. He was his quotes today still resonate with what's going on.
Yeah.
And to stand in the house where he was born is still it's kind of surreal in a sense. You're just like, this dude was one of the most famous people in the early 1900s.
Oh yeah.
And I'm standing, I got goosebumps thinking about it. It literally, I'm standing where he was born.
Yeah. And see, my grandpa, he was real big into the old cowboys and all this. So he knew about he always told us about Will Rogers, and singing Cowboy Gene Autry.
Oh, yeah.
And, I grew up having all that pounded in my head, but now
the other stuff, though,
there's a lot of stuff that, people just don't know about it.
Yeah.
It's been lost over generations, and then I think you just really need to re-find it.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's coming back. I think people are starting to, like the story behind the blue whale,
Yeah.
It was a gift to his wife.
Yeah, an anniversary gift. Let me build you this giant concrete whale with a swimming hole for the whole town to use. I'm like,
what kind of random idea is that? But it's awesome, and it's still here, and it's still standing. It is it is a huge landmark. People stop from all over the world.
Well, actually, our Route 66 brand soda is over there on the shelf. They're made in Iowa, but each flavor has its own little information on the back, and the blue raspberry flavored, the blue raz, has the blue whale on it.
Oh, awesome.
And it's made in Iowa, and so it has the whole history about how it was an anniversary gift, which of course I've had friends that lived out in Catoosa when I was in high school. So I've been out this way. I knew about the whale. I've been to Molly's.
Oh, yeah.
And so I saw it was there. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then when you read it and you're like, wow.
Yeah, the idea of it.
And to think that you gave somebody a gift that is long after you're gone is still giving to the community that you're
forever history.
Letting kids come swim. You're like, this is for my wife, but come on, everybody, come swim.
Come swim. My uncle said he used to go swimming there whenever he was a kid. There's no way I would get in that water now. It's sketchy looking in the water, but it's still, just going out there, crawling up on top of it and standing up on top. It's awesome.
The kids love cool. it. They go and they look out the sides, and I have to explain to them, I'm like, that used to be a water slide.
Yeah,
people swam in this water, and they're a little taken beside it. But, we went to the fishing derby last weekend, and that kind of sparked our little mini road trip, because I was like, oh, we got to go get our book and go get a stamp.
Yeah.
And so we did that fishing derby, and that was cool. If you brought your kids up before they ran out, you got a free fishing pole.
Yeah.
And me and my wife were thinking like a little Snoopy pole. No, these were 6 foot.
Legit poles, huh?
Legit Zebco fishing poles. So I gave both kids one and a tackle box to share.
Heck yeah.
So, my little 3 foot tall kid with the 6 foot tall pole, he's
ready to go. That's awesome. It is kind of nice being where you guys are. Like I said, it is a small little hole in the wall shop, but it's where you're at is historical. And did you ever think you would ever have a candy store growing up?
No. And looking back, I could probably be like, oh, it's foreshadowing. But when I was 18, me and a couple buddies, right after, one of our buddy Vinny was a little bit older than us. And so he was already working. But me and my buddy Nick, we had just graduated, and we decided to take a guys trip.
There you go.
And we went to Colorado. And one of the places we went was Hammond's Candy Factory.
Yeah.
Just because we were underage, we couldn't go to bars or go do any of the cool stuff. So we went to the candy factory, and so now I get to tell people like, hey, I didn't plan this, but I've seen where those candy bars are made. I've seen where that big flat taffy's made, the ribbon candy. I've watched them make it, and it's American made.
Yep.
It costs a little bit more than a Snickers, but it tastes way better. And like I said, it's money back into our own pockets, and not coming from some factory with stuff from China or wherever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's right here in the United States being made like it was made
100 years ago. You go in there and they still wear the paper hats and the suits, and it's all the same equipment. Those old school little candy shops are always like one of my favorite things to go into. Like when you go to like an old ghost town or old Western town, and they've got the candy shop and the guys in there making the taffy and flopping it on the hook and pulling it down. Like, it's cool. Yeah. And
it's like they're making it like they've always made it.
And I don't think you missed out. You have to come back around Christmas time, but we had some Christmas mixed taffy, and the things they can do are amazing. We had some Santa Claus taffy. They folded in the colors to it. Where when they sliced it, there's a Santa Claus face in the middle of it.
That's crazy.
And a Christmas tree and a candy cane. And so somehow they folded all these colors together, made it fold into that shape. Because if you've ever seen taffy before they cut it into the little square, it's a big long string. So somehow they've rolled all this together and made it come out as a Santa Claus with a hat, the ball. It's
insane how they figure that out. It's done by hand. It's like it's the the real deal, the good stuff. It's not processed over and over again where it's in 10 years, you could still eat it.
Yeah,
I mean, you probably could, but I'm not gonna lie, I probably would. If something happened at the end of the world and I would come upon some taffy that's 10 years old,
I'd be like the guy in Zombieland looking for Twinkies, except for be looking for
some taffy.
Candy shop.
Yeah, where's the candy? I'm coming. That's the first place I'm coming. I got to stock up before the things happen. But yeah, it's just that's cool that you get to you went there and you get to tell people like, hey, I saw where that was made. I saw them how they made that.
Yeah, and that was 10, 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah, you weren't even thinking about
I didn't even
setting up a candy shop and having freeze-dried candy.
I was busting tables at the Hard Rock just worrying about paying my speeding ticket I got that weekend.
Good old days of being young, running around getting in trouble. So, I mean, we kind of talked about the store and a little bit things like that. We got to hear kind of how the idea and stuff, like, what is some of your like influences in life? Like, I mean, that you have that you go, this is what gets me going.
Really, my grandpa, he passed away when I was in 2014. Mm-hmm. So I just started my first job, been there for 2 years. But he worked for the railroad. Mm-hmm. He had 12 kids. And, a lot of, even back then, families were blended, but my grandma was a stay-at-home mom. They had 12 kids, all by each other, all natural, no, he wasn't married before. Yeah. And they were married for over 60 years. And he would work the railroad, come home, tinker on lawnmowers, find old cars, fix them up, sell them out of the front yard. They had I bet it was easily a half-acre garden that he would feed the whole neighborhood. We'd go out and get 5-10 gallon buckets of cucumbers and potatoes and hot peppers and just knowing that if he could provide all that for all them, that really set the tone of being able to take care of your family. Yeah. You saw that go. I mean, you got 12 kids and you're helping provide around the last time we took count, I believe I have 80 cousins.
Oh my gosh.
So,
well, I mean, you're going from 12 and then it just keeps on splitting off.
Yeah. And that's the joke is, tell my wife, I never could have dated anybody from around Muskogee because I'm probably
related to him.
But yeah, getting to see
probably somewhere down the bloodline.
Getting to see him do all that and just he was 84 years old and still going outside tinkering on stuff. He built the house that they lived in. That's crazy. Still had old wood siding, so in the summertime, if there's a bad piece, he'd go cut the board out, put it back in, and paint it back up. He just did everything. And then my two uncles, because I had 10 girls and 2 boys. Yeah. So my uncle Malcolm, he was a Boy Scout troop leader. He was when cell phones first came out, he traveled the country being a cell phone tower inspector. My Uncle Roy, he's in his 60s, maybe close to 70. He's still out he lives on like a 400-acre ranch chasing cows still. Down, huh? He's a 12-year-old at heart, and he's never going to change. Stop, yeah. But he was, both my uncles were truckers, machinists, welders. They could build anything. So they would be like, hey, come with me. We're going to go do this today. So instead of being stuck in the house watching cartoons, it was we're going to build something or do this. But because you helped us build it, you get to play with it. Yeah. So there's one day I remember my Uncle Roy, he's sitting there, he goes, this man, he's like 6'11", like 260 at the middle of the summer. And so he's like, well, I think I want some ribs. So we go to the store, we buy all the stuff for ribs, and he's like, we don't have a smoker. So we go out, which you probably remember everybody back in the day had you have everything. Truck bed trailer full of scrap that got took out every few months, and there's an old hot water tank in there. And so we welded up a smoker that day so we could have ribs for dinner. That's awesome. I mean, we don't get that anymore, that kind of an influence like that, and seeing hard work and just doing it instead of going out and buying it, things like that anymore. Like, I'll make it myself. Yeah. And then it was better built than the stuff you could get at the store. And I mean, that's what I spent a lot of my summers doing. You know, some of my cousins, they'd rather be watching TV or playing video games. And I had to go build stuff. And my uncle would, I don't want to use the term bullying because it's not PC these days, but he would gentle bully me into doing it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's like, what are you going to do? Come in here and be lazy and sit around? And he's like, come on, come out here.
Get out of here.
Let's be a big boy today.
I'm going to show you something.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, my grandpa was kind of like, I used to sit in the shop. And we'd build, like, we needed birdhouses. There's too many birds flying around. Let's go make some birdhouses. Yep. We go out in there and build some birdhouses. Or there'd be something that we needed. They had a small lodge up in Idaho, and we need something there. And so we would go in there and we'd build it ourselves right there in the shop.
Yeah.
And I'd get to learn how to do those things. And those are some of those moments that I do cherish. That, I mean, my grandma, she taught me so much. She was a single mom. My mom's dad, my grandpa passed away when my mom was only a year old. So she raised all the kids herself. And she could do damn near everything else. Oh, yeah. It's, you know, things people learn from their grandpas and stuff like that. Yep. I learned from my grandma, like changing spark plugs, you know, things like that. I learned how to mow from my grandma. She taught me how to start the lawnmower, how to push, like she taught me how to put the gas in, all that, change the oil in it. Like she taught me how to do those things. Those are some of those memories that I would not give up for anything.
Yeah. And people just, you know, I would say people argue products. We don't build them like we used to. We don't build people like we used to.
That is, you know, there is no truer statement than that. We don't build people like we used to. Yeah. Life's almost too easy.
Yeah. I mean,
I know it's hard, you know, it is this and that, but really, you think about the difference in how life was and how easy, how accessible. I mean, you need something, you can order off Amazon.
Yeah,
it's in your door the next day.
To go back to my grandpa, he used to lie about his age to get jobs. And there's actually a painting, a mural of him when he delivered telegraphs for Western Union.
What?
Riding a bicycle around town. And they took an old picture, and I'll have to find the picture somewhere. But you can see the hands in the picture where they're holding the bike up, and he's on it like he's riding it. And, you know, that man, he only went to, I believe he only went to 9th grade in school. And he retired a yard master from the railroad and was in the Union Pacific Union.
That's crazy.
You know, and there's one time he told me he had 8 or 9 brothers and sisters. And I believe his father died, and so he picked up a lot of the slack.
Yeah.
And so he would go work in Kansas and mail his paychecks home to his mom and take care of everybody, make sure they had food. And he's always been real smart with his money. He's like, with numbers and rail cars and all that, he's almost like Rain Man of the railroad.
He's the Rain Man of the railroad.
He's just super smart. But he told me, you know, he said, always hide a couple dollars in the back fold of my wallet. So that way if somebody picked it up, they thought it was empty. And he said his aunt and his mom, they were sitting there talking about going to the show. Oh, I wish we could go to the show. That would have been real nice, you know, and just kind of like, oh, well, no, you know, it's life.
Yeah.
And so he had $2 and he pulled out and gave him $2 and told him to go out and have a good night. And, you know, just being able to do stuff like that. And then, you know, just the work ethic of that's what you've got to live up to.
Yeah. That's kind of scary when you think about it. You're like, I got to live up to that.
Yep. So I definitely try to do what I can for people. You know, one of the sayings at my grandpa's funeral was, if you stop and help somebody on the side of the road, don't be afraid to get your clothes dirty.
Right.
They're just clothes.
They're just clothes.
And so that man always wore slacks. He never owned a pair of blue jeans,
really?
Leather shoes. Huh? And, you know, if there's somebody stuck on the side of the road, he would rebuild their whole car on the side of the road if he had to, just to get them home.
Just to get it, yeah.
Or he'd bring you to his house and you're going to have dinner with us, and then we'll revisit that once we're done.
Yeah, and then you see somebody on the side of the road and you're crawl up underneath there and you're like, I learned, Grandpa said.
Yep. And then my uncle Malcolm, you know, he actually passed away in a house fire.
Oh man.
Shortly after my grandfather. But you know, there's one night we did 4-H and we were running late from the meeting, and there's somebody stuck at a gas station and their battery terminal, something wasn't working right.
Yeah.
it was a simple fix, but we got back in, and my mom, just before cell phones, so she's about to scald both of us as soon as we get home.
Why are you in?
It's a school night. I'm coming home about 10 o'clock, but I was with Uncle Malcolm, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But, he said, I like to help people like that because I never know when I'm going to need help.
Exactly.
So he just tries to keep that good going because you're going to be on the other end of it at some point.
One day you're going to need some help.
And all those times you were able to and just decided not to, it might come back to you.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you, one time I was coming back from Tahlequah, and I was in my car, and there was a car in front of me, and there was this flatbed trailer, and a big old piece of sheet metal just flew off the back of it. And the car in front of me, there was nowhere to go.
Right.
And he ran right over it. And instead of just like going over the top of it, it folded and just got stuck underneath the car. And it was sparks coming off of it. And so I pulled over, jumped out, ran back over there, and he was like, and it was an older man, and he was like, I don't know what to do, like this is a rental. Like, I don't know what. I was like, just a second. So of course, like everybody always asks me if I was a Boy Scout because I always like have junk around, and I like to be prepared.
Yeah.
Over prepared sometimes, most of the time. And I went and got some tin snips out of the car, got my jack out because he didn't know where the jack was at in that car. He was like, it's a rental. I don't know. So I went and got my jack out, stuck it into there, and I'm just cutting pieces off of this, trying to get it out. Hypo pulls over and he's like, what are you guys? I'm like, I'm trying to help him get this out. And he was like, well, he's like trying to yank on it. And I'm like, we don't want to hurt this car. It's a rental. It's a rental. Like, dude's got to get it back. Like, and so I'm like, we finally get it to a part where I'm like, all right, now back up. And we got it. We folded it out and just threw it on the side of the road. And I was like, hey, have a nice, he was like, give me your phone number. I'm like, no, you're good, bud. He was like, why did you have those in your car? And I'm like, I just got my tool bag in there, and that's just the way it was at. And I was like, no worries, dude. And he was like, no, I want to, and so I gave him my phone number, and I had a business card because I own a pest control company, and I gave him my phone number, and I said, here you go. I said, hey, just don't tell the rental guys whenever you drop it off that you ran over a big old piece of sheet metal. And he started laughing. And so it goes by probably like 2 or 3 days, and my PayPal account, I get this notification that $100 just showed up in there, and I don't know who it's from. Well, it comes to find out, this guy PayPal'd me $100 just because I stopped on the side of the road and helped him out of nowhere, and just something. And it was at a time that we needed it as a family, right? And I was just like, dang. So I called him. I was like, you do not have to, like, we figured it out, got his phone number from him, and I called him. We were talking, and he was like, he said, I don't know what I would have done if you would have been there. Right. And I'm like, you don't know how much this $100 is helping us. Like, it was a baby business. It was just fresh. So we weren't making a whole lot of money, and it was a big deal. It really helped us. Yeah. And it was just, like you said, you don't know whenever it's going to come back around. Like, I didn't stop to get $100. Yeah, I just stopped because
to be a good person.
I didn't think about it. I just stopped.
Well, and that's what people ask me because there's been with my wife and mother-in-law, when stuff goes crazy, I just kick into mode and go. Yeah. Like when our house fire happened, I was outside in my underwear and a t-shirt with no shoes. I've got a gravel driveway. The fire department, they're coming up. They're like, "Dude, are you okay?" I'm like,
"I'm good."
I didn't know I was standing outside my underwear, and my neighbor come over and he's like,
"His pants."
He's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, He's like, "Hang on." He runs back to his house, grabs some clothes out of his closet, and magically we're the exact same size.
Heck yeah.
And he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
So he comes over and throws some pants at me and some shoes. He's like, "Put those on." And I look down. I'm like, "Oh." No. Yeah. But once we got outside, I was in go mode. I was going to grab the water hose and
start going on the house.
And there's been a few other instances where things have happened and people are like, "How do you do what you do?" I'm like, there's no question about it. It's just, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's just what
I tell people. I thrive in chaos.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm like, when for lack of better words, when shit hits the fan. Yeah. Like, I don't think. It's like a second nature. You just got to get it done. Yeah. Like, you just figure it out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it kind of goes back to the old ADHD thing, because we can be thinking about 10 other things at the same time and still be doing the job that we're supposed to be doing and not even second guess what we're doing. And Yeah, it goes crazy. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let's do this. Put that there and let's put that there. That'll probably work.
Yeah.
And half the time, it's probably not the right way, but it gets done.
It works, yeah. And
it gets done.
Some of that goes back to the old timers, too, that we grew up watching. Because how many times is, somebody been like, oh, this car's broke. We have to fix this car to go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
They'll be up till midnight working on that car because
they have to go to work.
Going to work tomorrow is not an option.
Yeah.
Staying home is not an option. They didn't have PTO and things like that.
Yeah, we didn't have sick days.
It was, you
didn't show up, you didn't get paid.
Yeah.
And somebody else will probably get your job.
Yep. Because it's not as lax as it is today, which granted could be better.
I mean, but mental health and thing, yes, I think we're kind of in a different world than they were back then too. When it came to, they didn't have the news at their fingertips like we do now. And so we overthink things, I think, a little bit too much because we see all the horrific stuff that's going on in the world 24/7. And back then it was just when you listened to the radio or got the newspaper. Yeah. And it was whatever got caught, now.
I had a supervisor when I was young, and he, like I said, he's an old timer, and I wanted to call off work. And to me, being 18 at the time, my first job, I worked nights. It sucked. It wasn't air conditioned.
Oh, I've been there.
I was like, oh, my goldfish died. I need to take a day off, And he's like, man, he said, you kids, he said, back in my day, they would call the shop and they would leave a note on your time card of what your wife left a message with the receptionist. And you wouldn't even know anything happened until you went to clock out and read a note stuck to your time card. Like, hey, tell so-and-so to come home because the hot water tank broke or something. And
your wife went into labor.
Sorry. Yeah, and then you go to clock out and it's just like, oh, crap. I guess I got to do that.
I guess I got more work to do when I get home.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just go with it.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, because now really, while I'm sick, I got to stay home and I get like certain situations. Sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
We're, and I think we're in a different world too, where dads probably do a lot more of the parenting than it was. I mean, it was more so discipline and teaching things back then, in a sense. And now I think more dads are involved in the kids' lives, just like everyday life.
Absolutely.
Being there to watch them do certain things and to be involved. And I mean, I know when I became a dad, that was like my whole world changed.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes I was just built to be a dad because like my first son, I was working nights and our night routine, I would come home, go to bed, and then he'd wake up shortly after that, wake me back up. And then she had the baby all day and all night. I got him in the wee hours in the morning when I came home. And so I got into a routine to where it was, I would come home, eat me some dinner, watch some TV, do my little unwind ritual. And then the baby would cry. I'd go get him. And due to some weird circumstances that we had to go through, my wife wasn't able to breastfeed, which is what she really wanted to do. But so we had to take a bottle, which was fine. But I'd go get him, grab him, I'd feed him. And then we'd both fall asleep in my chair.
Yep.
About 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, my wife come in, kick the chair. Hey, you need to go to bed. But, she'd at least get a little bit of sleep on her own that she could get. And then I got to take some of the responsibility for
being the grunt of it. Yeah.
And, I have a guy that I knew, his dad always jokes. He's like, I've never changed a diaper.
Yeah.
I'm like, how'd your dad get away with not ever changing a diaper? He's like, he just worked a lot. Which, I mean, I get it. Back then, it was
a different time. Yeah.
There's a lot more providing that had to be done. But, now with my wife and our kids, she's like, that's a dad thing.
Yeah. That's a dad thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting into that. Like the last weekend before last, I got at my son's head about camping. And it was still kind of cool in the evening.
Yeah. It wasn't like it is there now.
The first weekend it was hot was when he held my feet to the fire about doing it. It was like 79 degrees that night. We didn't think he would sleep. We just put a tent out in the backyard, threw a comforter in there. I haven't slept in a tent in a long time, so I underestimated how hard the ground was.
It's not as comfortable as we remember it.
But no, he slept outside.
Our bodies are not as good for that stuff anymore.
Well, my son, he's like feeling under his pillow. He's like, Dad, there's something hard under there. I'm like, that's the ground.
That's what's there.
And so, but he slept outside all night, didn't get scared. He woke me up in the morning. He said, I'm going to go in the house and check on Mom and sister. I was like, okay. And I was so tired. I was like, I'm just going to lay back down.
Yeah.
And then he comes back a few minutes later. They're still asleep. So I get up and what do you want to do? When we're outside, he's like, you want to jump on a trampoline with me?
Heck yeah.
So it's like 7:00 in the morning. We're jumping on a trampoline.
You can't beat that stuff.
Yeah. And, if I was still working like I was 6-7 days, 12-hour shifts, I just wouldn't be able to do it physically. I would just be pure exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
And so now that my kid, I told my wife too, I was like, when they're babies, I'm just going to work my tail off.
Yeah.
They're not going to remember.
They're babies, yeah.
But now that they're big enough to do stuff and
they remember these things.
Now I want to take more time. That's why, this is very important to us, is being able to show them like, you can work hard for yourself. You can make a living and be your own boss.
Yeah.
You can have the freedom and flexibility, but it also comes with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it's not as easy as everybody just pictures it to be.
But I've always been, like thriving in chaos, like you said.
Yeah.
Big risk, big reward.
Yep.
And I kick myself for the things I don't do more than the things I do.
Exactly.
Because you just sit there and wonder, like, well, what would have been?
I could have done that.
Yeah.
When I sold my pest control company, like it was like I regretted it. Like I made a good chunk of money, but I was like, man, like what else could I've grown it into?
Yeah.
Like how much more could I have done? And it's still like you said, that haunts me going, man.
Yeah, it hurt letting go of my lawn business because that was I started that lawn business with a secondhand push mower in the back of our Yukon. I finished up last season with a 3/4 ton truck, a 16-foot trailer, 2 turns, 30 plus yards. And I built that while working night shift.
Yeah, doing a regular job.
Working 60 hours a week, working nights from 5 to 5:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Saturdays, when in the summer, that was my main route. I worked on the weekends, but my wife's like, you're crazy. I would get up at 9 in the morning after getting off at 5 in the morning and get straight at it. And I said, well, I'd rather be tired than hot.
Yeah.
Because if I
wait till later, it could be hot.
And so she finally understood. She went and did a couple yards with me. She's like,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
She's like, these are guy jobs. She's like, we need to go back to the good old days where you guys did that and I did this.
Yeah.
So
no, it's totally different. When you're outside doing pest control, you're out there in the hot summer sun. It's hot. You're sweating. You're carrying a 4-gallon backpack on your back, walking around a house. Like I kind of miss it. I'm not going to lie. 'Cause it was, when I got home at night, I was tired.
Yeah.
And I slept. And now I sit at a desk all day on the computer. And when I'm tired, it's that mental tired where I still can't go to sleep.
There's a different feeling of a hard day's work. Like you feel good if you go to work and you put in a good solid day work and you're like, I put in
stuff done,
got some overtime. But when you do it for yourself and when you're able to do that for you, there's a whole nother level of feel good about it.
Oh yeah.
And I mean in that type of job, even with the pest control, you're not done till the route's done.
Oh yeah. You're done whenever you finally get it finished. You can't just call it quit.
Yeah. When you've told somebody you're going to be there at this time,
you got to do it.
You have to be there or they're just going to quit.
You're not going to succeed.
You're not going to get paid.
Yeah.
They're going to dump you.
Yeah. And if they don't pay me, then we don't got food.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, so that's what people, they always say that must be nice. It's like, there were days I was knocking down over $1,000 a day, but it was 80 degrees at 7:00 in the morning and I worked 15 hours and it cost me $300 in fuel.
Yeah. Just to go. Yeah. And people don't think about the insurance and all that other stuff that comes along with it. And then, after working all day long and having to come home and do your accounting's part of it, doing all your doing the numbers and getting everything put into your softwares and doing all that, like you're already exhausted and you've already spent time away from the family, but now you got to come home and spend another 2 to 3 hours doing your nightly thing to get it to finish for the day.
And you've still got to be dad after that.
And you still got to be dad. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. It takes a toll on you.
It takes a different kind of person to do that. 'Cause anybody, like you said, you can teach your kids, they can go work, 40, 50 hours a week somewhere working for somebody and make a good living and not have those stresses and stuff. But when it comes to doing something for yourself, building something and working hard, and you probably are going to make less money for a while, but it will pay off in the long run. And you have that freedom to, like you said, if my kids had an event at school, I just took off.
Yeah.
I didn't book anything that day.
Growing up.
That time, or if I was taking field trips, I just went. I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to ask the boss. I just took off. I just didn't schedule anything on that day. If I have a doctor's appointment, I just don't schedule anything at that time.
Yeah. See, for me, it is a bit of a generational thing because I remember getting woke up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, by my stepdad because he had to be at work at 6.
Yeah.
My mom worked nights. So they would wake us up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and drive me to my aunt's house and get us like a, McDonald's breakfast away. Then we go to sleep. Then we get up and get on the bus. Then we go to school. Then we go back to, my grandma's house or somebody else's house for a couple hours. Then my mom would pick us up and drop us off. And just, when kids' parents got to come eat lunch with them or that parent that always got to come on the field trip, it was like, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I never got to really experience my parents getting to do that because they both
were doing that. Yeah, same thing.
Sometimes my mom would work 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah,
she's a nurse. She'd work in a restaurant.
Yep.
And so
my mom and dad did the same exact thing.
So I've been blessed enough to be able to do some of that for our kids and be able to be like that and get them to, and moving up here from Muskogee and growing up like that.
Yeah.
When I go to my friend's house and like, their mom's a teacher and their dad's a cop and they've got like this 3,000 square foot 2-story house and like everybody's always home and
somebody's always, you got food made for you and all this.
This is weird.
Yeah. This is right. This is how families live. Like, because that's the same way. My parents got pregnant with me in high school.
Yes.
And so they were kids themselves. They were still learning how to grow up. Yeah. And, we talk about this too, is, being in my mid 30s, when my parents were in their mid 30s, I thought they had it together. Like they knew their shit, you know what I mean? But then you realize they're just as good as you are right now, acting like you've got your stuff together. You're still figuring life out.
Yeah, you're just rolling with it. It's like they're like that guy with the PayPal for you the other day. There's a time not too long ago, probably beginning of this year, I didn't know how I was going to have enough gas to get to work. Yeah. And, this guy came up to me. He's like, he saw us with all the kids. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
But he just came up to me. He's like, can I bless you? And he gave me $40. Mm-hmm. And that was exactly the amount of gas I needed for the week to get to payday.
Yeah.
And like, it's, you got to be doing something right.
Yeah. For it to come back to you.
Yeah. For it to be like that. And privately, I was like, man, it made me all teary eyed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're in the middle of Walmart and you're like, keep it together.
Yeah. Right.
And it's, and that's another thing with the business and all that is people don't realize how much stuff goes into it.
Yeah.
I've got
how much time it is. They see you sitting behind the counter and that's,
yeah.
Oh man, that must be nice. I should just sit behind the counter.
I've got to file sales tax every month. Yeah. I've got to do property tax, then still regular income tax at the end of the year.
Taxes, when you own a business, you get taxed like 15 times by the time it's done.
Yeah. My health inspection permit. I just had all my annuals come due.
Did you?
And so I'm like, okay, I understand I need, these licenses. And then once we got the store, the previous owner, he's like, oh yeah, here's who my registered agent is. Here's this. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What is that?
I've never even heard of a registered agent.
Yeah, right.
And apparently that's somebody who, if somebody wants to sue you, they accept a letter on your behalf and you have to pay somebody.
You have to pay somebody. When you go to start an LLC, like you've got to have, like I pay a guy, $300 a year for them to take something for me or to contact with?
Ours is $200 a year. And the way it was explained to me is he's like, you can be your own registered agent, but you can't ever leave. Like whatever address you have to be available every business day.
Ready to go.
All year to accept that paper. And if you're not, then you're in violation.
And then you're in jail. Yeah.
It's like, man.
Yeah, it's just
so somebody could be mad at me.
Yeah, people don't know that whenever you go to start all those little things you have to pay for.
Yeah,
and you're like, what the heck is that?
Once I tallied it up, so we gave them a nice chunk of a down payment.
Yeah,
and when I was figuring it up, I was like, hey, will you take this much? They're like, yeah. I was like, hang on. let's roll that back a little bit.
Wait a second, because
I can cover all this stuff, and then what's left, I'll give that to you. And they were like, okay.
All right.
But so much stuff that I didn't know. Like I said, I've run a service-based business before.
Yeah,
but retail and
food. When it comes to it, you're having your license. Like you've got to have your health inspector come in and have that up to code. Because if not, like so you're gonna get a pretty hefty fine like every single day that you're.
Yeah. And so last year when we switched ownership, some of these things we had to let expire and get new ones.
Yeah.
And so I got a nasty letter from the state saying, hey, your health inspection license for a retail store has expired and you're now 90 days out from that expiration date, because they just charge you late fees up to 90 days. And once you hit 90 days, they're like, okay, if the business closed, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But if you're still operating and you don't have this, if we want to enforce it, it's $10,000 per day. And I got this letter and opened up, and
what do I got to do?
Like, I would have to sell everything in here, even that sign.
Yeah, you're like, everything,
just to pay this fine and
for one day.
So I'm freaking out, and the guy's like, "Oh, well, this is kind of what happened. That was just an automated letter.
It comes out, yeah.
But man, it scared the crap out of me. And
when you have a business, and especially depending on what it is, even in service based like pest control, there are so many regulations you have to follow, and if you don't follow that, you can get a fine for every little thing they catch you. And it's when it comes to food and health, the health department and things like that, they can fine you for every little thing, and it's not cheap. It's not like it's $1 a day. And so it's, if you didn't triple rinse that bottle and puncture it right away, that is $150 a bottle.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
It's crazy. And the crazy thing is, this is my corporate example, but like Walmart.
Yeah.
A place like Walmart that makes as much money as they do, if they were in violation of their health inspection, they could afford
they can afford to do that. Yeah.
And that really hurts small business. And I think that's another thing of being a small business owner versus the corporate.
The big ones.
Everybody's talking about corporate greed. That's not the little guys, because they have to make that fine so big to where it hurts the big guy.
Yeah.
But then when the little guy gets it
ruins them.
We're done. That's why, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah.
But, there's also that. Statistically, you got to work a business for 3 years before you
see anything.
Yeah. And so unless you've saved up a lot of money or you have won the lottery, I don't know anybody who would have enough bankroll to start a business, get it going, put all the money into it, and then still have a cushion for something like that to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And so
I did when I started my company. I started it with every penny that we had. We didn't even have like I think we had like 2 months worth of bills. Like we split up we got cash and put it in envelopes. Like, this is what pays for this next month. And then a month after that, if we don't make any more money, like if we don't have anything coming in, like we won't make it.
I gambled on this even harder than that.
Did you?
We came in and they were like, yeah, the store's making enough money to pay its bills, but it's not super profitable. I said, but it's not costing money, right? They're like, yeah. So I started this with zero.
Is that nothing? Yeah.
We gave them the down payment. And after that, the bank account for the store was zero. I had to make rent. I had to make everything as we went. And that first week we were open, we sold $17 worth of, that's $17 retail. And then we didn't even get that $17 because if you run it on a card, 2.5% goes to the processor.
Yeah.
So I've got made like $15, and my wife was up here 6 hours a day.
And you're like, wait, what did we just do?
I've got my own bills. I'm like, I can't afford to pay 2 rents.
Yeah.
There's no safety net at all when I jumped into this, and I just wanted to throw up. I was laying in bed at night trying to go to sleep with that gut wrench feeling like, I'm done.
You can feel the pressure in your throat.
I'm not going to make rent this month. I don't know where rent's going to come from. Right. I'm going to have to sell a kidney or something to, and by the grace of God, we did it. We broke even. We paid.
You got it paid.
But I tell you, if you need a social media influencer selling $17 in a week, will motivate you to spam anything.
I will get on there and start dancing if I have to.
We've joined Route 66 groups. I joined business owner groups.
Yep.
Any friend that had anything.
Please share this.
Yes. And and people came in. It worked. I think one post I got like 1,200, like almost 2,000 interactions between everything. And we saw people from that come in. And I'm like, this is really cool.
You're like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's whenever that motivation kind of kicks back in and you go, all right, I got this. Because when you get that $15 a week and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
What am I going to do here? How are we going to do it? But then you start seeing, like you said, the work that you do kind of start to come in there and you go, all right, well, look what I did.
And to add to that, we live in Coweta. That's a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, it's not close.
So my wife drove 30 minutes up here, worked 6 hours. I drove up here from my job.
After work.
Then that's 2 30-minute drives back.
Yeah.
That's $6 in tolls.
And say, when it really comes down to it, you didn't make a penny off of that first. You technically lost money. You were in the red on that first.
By the time you add up gas, turnpike, and us sitting up here,
you're in the red. Yeah, and you're just like, oh man.
Yeah. But once we started, I had to reset my mind. Got some people in here because, like I said, when you're on the other side of it, it can take you down a real bad hole. And if you don't stay motivated, it's kind of like when we started recording.
Yeah.
It's like we do this for fun. You stay on the right side of it. You start looking at it as a job and trying to force it. It just doesn't work. It
doesn't work. Yeah.
And so I think that's what happened. We just kind of started trying to force it. And like, as soon as we open, people are going to be in here and this is going to happen. It's going to be awesome.
Yep.
And then nobody comes. And so now you get
in your head. And
so you just got to keep having fun with it.
Yeah.
Don't lose sight of what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
My Evan Drake, the Catoosa basketball coach, we went to high school together and I tried to start, he had a kid that needed some travel expenses covered. So I tried to start a little donation bucket, but nobody came in.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I've been there.
And so, we would love to be able to help out with stuff like that. That's the
goal for
the next step. Once we get everything established, I want to grow this business a little bit, add some more stuff. Like we discussed, ice cream.
Ice cream in the future. That's what I talk about.
Is our goal. We want to, with our retail license, we can have an ice cream cooler and serve ice cream cones, scooped ice cream.
Heck yeah.
And have a full sweet shop.
I mean, you got the candy, you get all kinds of stuff you can put on that ice cream too.
I got chocolate covered sunflower seeds. I've got
you got it all. You got chocolate rocks over there. My kids actually love this. And boulders.
And seashells.
And seashells. Yeah. I think, and honestly, my kids had every single one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you could do all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah. And so that's our next goal. We've got to get a cooler in here. We just don't quite have the cash flow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how expensive commercial things are, like a mini fridge, like the fridge that you see at the dollar store that they put milk in. Those things are like
stupid
thousands of dollars. Yeah. A small mini fridge is like $1,500.
Yeah.
So we need a little bit more sales, get going, slap some ice cream in here. Then, I've heard there's no ice cream here in town. Hopefully we can fix that.
Yeah, be the first one around.
Yeah. We just need a little bit. We just need to get over the hump a little bit and then rearrange the store, do some, redesigning.
Yeah.
And then we'll be good to go because I like ice cream just as much as
everybody likes ice cream. Shoot, even during the wintertime, you're still eating ice cream. I don't care. I could eat ice cream every single day.
I fat boy out on some ice cream. I'll get me a big old bowl. There was a while when I could afford to eat ice cream a lot, and then we had to kind of reel it in.
Yeah.
But I got into eating ice cream so much that I was looking for stuff to dip in milk just to have it.
Yeah.
And so
no, we'll buy a tub of ice cream, and like my wife will go back. She was like, "Did you eat all of that? Like seriously? And just now?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can eat the whole thing if I let myself."
My wife, same way. She's like,
that whole tub, I'd be gone.
She tells me I'm the worst sharer in the world, especially if we're dipping anything, because she's like, you don't eat chips and dip. You I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to taste what you're dipping.
Yeah, get a bunch of that stuff on there. And
she's like, no.
I'm the same way.
Especially like hummus. She's like,
I'd go down.
There's hummus in there. She's like, don't you touch it. Don't you dare. That's not for you. You know, or you're allowed 2 tablespoons. That's it.
You're like, what? That's not even a scoop.
But I think the kids, I'd let them make root beer floats for the first time the other day.
Oh, yeah.
They're all about it. And I think if we got some ice cream in here, like, they would just be on cloud 9.
Oh, I mean, what kid wouldn't? I would have been like in heaven if my parents had ice cream, like a candy store and ice cream shop. Absolutely. Like, dude, I would be in heaven. I would have been a lot fatter than I mean, I got pretty big. I was like 265 pounds. Like, I got pretty chubby and I lost a lot of it. Everybody's like, how'd you do it? And I said, I got sick. Let your gallbladder mess up and then you'll get nothing tastes good and you don't eat anything. Cause when you do eat, your stomach hurts. But, no, man, I would definitely be like 400 pounds if I had ice cream.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be making any money.
People do ask me, they're like, how do you keep from eating all this? And I said, well, when we first got it, it was, I need to try this. I need to try that. I need to try that. But there's only so much candy you can eat. And then you're just like,
okay. Yeah.
So when I find something cool, it's like, okay, we have to sample this.
Yeah.
But if it's just, an extra gummy or something that is similar to what we already have. Yeah. It's like, okay, I kind of know what that tastes like.
It's the same flavor, it's just a different color.
Yeah, but when I got pumpkin pie and eggnog taffy and pumpkin spice espresso covered chocolate espresso beans.
I would have had the thing down there just chomping on it.
Absolutely. And then the cowtails. I've always liked cowtails. But the strawberry smoothie ones.
I haven't had the strawberry smoothie one.
They've got like 6 flavors. They've got caramel apple, Oreo.
Oh, I think I have had the caramel apple.
But it's hard for me because when we're ordering stuff, when I'm on
what do you want?
Oh, dude. You come in here and talk about Kid in a Candy Shop.
Yeah.
But I've got a 800-page catalog
of just everything.
Like those cowtails. They're in those little mugs.
Yeah.
You have to buy like hundreds of those to get that cup, and I'm trying to get a cup of every flavor.
You're like, how many do we have left to do?
She's like, we can't spend like $1,000 on just cowtails.
Like, but I like them.
Yeah, my daughter likes them too.
Oh, I love cowtails.
That's her. If I'm good all day, can I have one of these to take home? The bobas, they were pretty cool. We had to try those out. What else?
I mean, you guys, really, there is all kinds of different stuff. There's some stuff in here that I haven't seen before.
Now, I don't care for chamoy. Like everybody's real big on the chamoy.
Yeah, the chamoy pickles and things like that.
So to me, it just goes back to when I was younger. We had goats, and the chamoy to me, which my wife makes fun of me for it, my mom would be like, hey, try this. And we ate a piece of sweet feed, because that's a treat for the goat. But it's just oats rolled in molasses with, but it's not going to hurt you. It was just funny to be like, here, try that.
Eat that, yeah.
And to me, chamoy tastes
Is that what it tastes like?
And so I can't get that out of my head. Like, if that wasn't in my head, it would probably taste good.
All right, yeah.
But the other day, we have the chamoy pickle kits. I have those chamoy pickles sitting back there, and my niece got one.
People love those things.
Oh, I've sold... we've got to buy more, but I was averaging 1 pickle kit per day when we first built them. But my niece got some, which she did those before we even, that's how we learned about them.
Got into, yeah.
And so she's like, look, I ordered this. And they had originally you just started with a regular pickle. Then somebody took the pickle juice and added chamoy to it. So now you have a red pickle. And the first one she got, I remembered, she was like, well, it just kind of tastes like a pickle. The chamoy isn't really that strong. So it was a hot day. I needed to kind of get some nutrients back, get some salt up. I grabbed one of those off the back. My wife's like, really? She's like, you're going to eat the chamoy pickle, because she knows I can't do chamoy.
Yeah. I
was like, well, Hayden said it didn't taste, that strong, but this was a different one she had.
Yeah.
I got home and bit into it, and that one it's chamoy all the way.
Just kick your out of the mouth.
I took one bite of it and put it back in the fridge, and my wife's like, so.
Stayed there.
No, she ate it.
Oh, she ate it?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I enjoyed your pickle that
you said wasn't going to be that bad.
I said, but I had to try it.
At least you tried it. Yeah, at least you tried it. And you're like, it still tastes like sweet.
Yeah, because I was just craving that salty pickle after sweating all day in the machine shop. And I'm like,
get it, yeah.
Like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. And my wife just looked at me. I was like, she's like, it's
No.
been hot. I'm just going to leave him alone.
Yeah, I'm not even going to interrupt it.
He's going to have an attitude.
Yep. And you took a bite and you're like, no, I regret it.
I just left it there. And I was like, yeah, I really hyped myself up for it, but it just wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
But people love them.
Oh, they love them. They put all the candy on it.
Yeah, ours are
all that stuff.
It's a 9-piece kit. So you get a pickle, you get some Takis, you get a little mini bottle of tahini seasoning.
Yeah.
A fruit roll up, the chamoy liquid, chamoy powder, gushers. Like, I think there might even be more than that.
More than that. Yeah. It's just like, I don't eat them enough to really know.
Yeah. And you get it in a little clamshell container, like you get a sandwich at Come and Go, and we've got them all the time.
I feel like it's just, I don't know. I'm more of a easy, like, eating. I mean, you've got a beard too, so you understand. Yeah. It's like when you're eating things, if it's really not easy to eat, like I'm out. I want something I can just pop them out, then that just seems like a whole lot of work for me. And like UDOT is syrup, things like that. You get sticky, your beard starts sticking in weird places, and it just doesn't work.
I just roll with it. I like messy foods, and my wife hates it, but I'm like, it's my flavor saver, or I'll get a drink of something and give her a kiss before I'm leaving. She's like, why is it wet? And like, I just drank some water.
I just drank some.
She's like, no. So
I get you there.
But I like the activity aspect of it, but I'm a foodie. So this goes back to my dad's mom. Her house, she could cook better than Paula Deen.
Yeah.
Everything this woman cooked looked like it could be on the cover of a magazine. And at Christmas time, creme brulee, which she just called it custard.
Yeah.
She would make little ramekins of them, have them in the fridge, and she'd bake them get a big old pan, have all the ramekins, and I'd eat 2 or 3 of them to myself.
Yeah.
But I'm a foodie. And she taught me when I first got into adulthood. And one thing that sticks with me, I still make them to this day, is just rosemary red potatoes. And just little red potatoes, quarter them up, put a little drizzle of olive oil or some kind of oil, a little salt, little rosemary, little garlic, and throw them in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
And then let them crisp up.
So it's a little bit, I know what you're talking about.
And then that little bit of rosemary makes it, go from just taters to potatoes. And just little stuff like that. Eating fish. She taught me how to make stuff a little bit more gourmet.
Yeah, a little more
normal.
Yeah.
And I love food now. I love cooking. That's one of my smoking meat, cooking, baking is its own thing.
Baking's that's a whole, like my mom's a baker. She can bake, and like, I like baked goods. And so like my wife's not much of a baker. And so I just still get it from my mom.
See, my grandma, she could bake, she could cook.
She did everything. Yeah.
She taught me how to knit. She could crochet.
Oh yeah. Dude.
For Christmas, we would get hand knitted stocking caps.
Yep.
And these were not like your ugly, like Christmas story.
Yeah.
These were like legit. Looked like they came from the store.
Dude, my gloves were made by my grandma. Like my gloves during wintertime, they were knitted by grandma, and they had the string that went through the sleeves so that you wouldn't lose them. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. That's how we had ours. Yeah.
Yeah. And she would make them all kinds of cool colors. And before she passed away, she got into quilting. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a running joke in our family. She has this amazing quilt. She hand cuts everything. Yeah. Stitches it all together. But she made it's an elephant on a safari. And this is like a 7-foot tall wall tapestry that she made. And so the running joke is we're all, once it comes time to divvy stuff up, we're all going to fist fight over that elephant.
That's the one thing that the whole family, that's what split the family up.
Yeah.
The elephant.
The quilt of the elephant.
The elephant.
But, she just
in the room.
Just got me into doing stuff like that. I enjoy knitting. I could knit. It's not going to be pretty, but I could survive. I could make a scarf.
Yeah, you're like, if I needed to, I could.
Like we used to sit around and make wash rags.
So yeah, remember back in the day, the old rice bags you throw in the microwave, heated things. We used to make those all the time with my grandma. She taught us how to sew.
And my mom's mom, that was her. She made sure all us boys knew how to crochet and do stuff. And my 2 uncles would be like, oh, that's a girly thing. And they're like, it's a girly thing till you need it.
Yeah.
He's like, I can sew my clothes back together. Yep. He's like, if I
could put a button back on.
He's like, I could sew myself back together.
If I really needed to, yeah.
So us boys, we had to, that was just a requirement from my grandparents. We needed to learn how to do those things because and I don't know how many times my grandma, she'd come over, I'd have some pants that didn't fit right. She'd right there stop, and she'd cut them down and hem up my pants. And so now I know how to hem up pants.
You know how to hem up your pants. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
Because my mom, I have a pair of Wranglers that's like 38 long, but they were on sale for like $10 and they're like waist size.
Right. We can cut those down.
Yeah. I just haven't got around to it, but I can cut them down and hem them up.
Yeah.
It's just fine.
Not that hard.
And so I like the activity thing. So we usually have some popping cookins, which are Japanese gummy activities, and then the Bob Ross make your own gummy kit. And you get,
there you go.
It's got all the powder. You mix it up. It makes a little liquid. It has a little squeezer thing. You put it in the mold, and you can make little paintbrushes and squirrels.
Oh, there you go. No mistakes there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole big kit. It's $14.
Shoot. See, my daughter loves Bob Ross. She is like, she wants to be an artist when she gets older.
There you go.
And we were watching a TV show the other day, and we didn't tell her. We were like, "What is that?" She came running in the bedroom. Well, what is that? She goes, Bob Ross. She knew what it was. Like without them even saying it, she just saw the painting and knew it was Bob Ross. She would love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I've got some little artists, I don't know if you guys can see the front of this, but that's kind of our touch. The people come in and they've noticed, they're like, oh, cool. You let the kids paint on your thing with it's chalk paint markers.
Yeah.
It's like, here, go scribble on the front of this for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But, the amount of people that, like, for example, if you're at the mall, they're like, ew, why are you letting kids scribble on that? But out here, our client base, they're like,
it's families.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's a family thing. Yeah.
And they see the kids and they see everything and they're like, yeah, good job.
Yeah. That's what, mom and pop shops around, I think really, it's what we like around here. It's we like the local. Mm-hmm. We like to have the families running. And when I started this podcast, I wanted people to remember, like, we're people. These business owners that are out there working hard doing this, they're the ones that are supporting little league teams. They're the ones that their kids go to school with our kids. Mm-hmm. They go to school with your kids. They're the ones, they're just a part of the community like you are. They're your neighbors. Mm-hmm. And they're just working hard to do something for themselves and to show their family, like their kids and stuff. Well, look what we can do. And we kind of forget that because there is so many big box companies out there.
There's a ton.
And they have lots of money, and if somebody's upset, well, they don't care.
No.
They don't. No. They just keep on pushing through. A bad review is nothing. Mm-hmm. And they can have 100 bad reviews and they're still going to be busy as all get out. And we are really easy to get a bad review on a small company, and then everybody just be like, well, I saw that review, I can't do that. And you're like, they're just people. Sometimes I'm not in a good mood. Yeah. And I'll be grouchy, and I'm not perfect. And should I try to be a little bit nicer? Yeah. But sometimes you push me too far, I get a little upset, or I may forget something or this or that. It happens because I'm a human being. We forget
absolutely.
things.
There's days you come in here, I'll talk to you for an hour. And then there's days where I'm just like, here you go. And then there's some days where it's like, do you like that?
Yeah.
Can I recommend something else? Or, what do you like about that?
Yeah.
This is way more cool. And I'm not really trying to upsell anybody. It's just trying to let you know, because this store doesn't look that big.
Yeah.
But when you actually go around and look at everything, we're only 800 square foot, but I guarantee there's at least 1,000 different individual items in this store.
Oh, easy.
And
easy.
There's some stuff that just looks like it's there for decoration, but it's actually candy for sale.
It's candy, yeah. I'm looking around the store right now, and there's just so much. There's probably things that I haven't seen, and I've been in here a couple of times.
My wife will be like, hey, we need to order this. And I'm like, what is that? And I'll have to go back. She's like, remember? And I'm like, oh, okay. And there's stuff that we're out of that people have asked. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot we carry that.
Yeah,
so because we have so much stuff in here.
There really is.
And that's one of our things, is getting a little bit more organized on inventory and being able to track sales a little bit better is our next step. Because right now it's just, oh, that's out, I'll order that. Because we're not too, like I said, we're not big. I've got to have a minimum order requirement. Yeah. So it's not like I automatically order stuff every single month to make it worth the time.
And it's not like you have a big warehouse behind you where you can just pull it out and grab it.
There's like 3 shelves back there.
Yeah, I've been back there. It's a kid area, and you've got a few things back there. Like, it's not huge.
Yeah, it's tiny. But like I said, I can't order a pallet full of something.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the other thing. Some people have come in and be like, well, I can get this at Walmart. I'm like, yeah, you can. I said, but you can't get all this stuff at Walmart. A lot of it you cannot get at Walmart. And so, you know, we might be a little bit higher on some stuff, but you have to remember, I'm buying these, like some of these cases you see out here. Yeah. I don't have a master case in the back. Yeah. Like that's what we have. That's what you got. And I have to buy in such small quantity on some things that it might take. Is high. Yeah. It might take 2 months for me to get enough to get everything built up. Yeah. Because if not, if I order like $300 worth of candy, I'm going to pay $300 in shipping. Yeah. You know, most of our stuff comes straight from Dallas. It gets here within a week. But yeah, it's not worth it to double my cost. So if I let it build up and I can get some better shipping terms, you know. Then you can order. Yeah. Definitely. But like Walmart, a lot of their box candies that we have, the movie theater boxes. Yeah. You know, it's like my sales guy says, I can't beat them on price, but I can beat them on selection. Yeah. So I try to have stuff that Walmart doesn't. Or big box stores don't. But I can't beat their price because I'm not buying half a semi truck of one thing. Yeah. I'm not buying 40,000 units of Skittles. Yeah. Just not happening. Yeah. So. But I mean, it's really not, I mean, when you come down to it, if you want some Skittles, you can get some Skittles, but when you're here, there's other things that you can go, I'm going to try, because I'm already looking at stuff that even just as you're talking, I see other things looking around and I'm like, ooh, yeah, I kind of want to try that too. I'm going to have to get some of those. Yeah. There's just, I mean, take a chance and try something new and see what you got. Cause you may find something you didn't even think you would like. That extra $1 you're going to spend on something that we might have that Walmart has, and it's $1 more here, you're going to burn that in gas going down the road. Plus, you don't have to deal with everybody in Walmart. Yeah. You don't have to deal with Walmart. We do have rushes in here, but I'd say our rush is like 5 people. Yeah. It's not, there's not you're not parking at the back of the parking lot. If you don't want to get your steps in, come here. Yeah, you're good. Just walk in here, you get your candy and go on home. Every parking spot is front row parking. Like, I like people, don't get me wrong, but like you go to Walmart and it's busy, like that will get your blood boiling real fast. Yeah. And if you're just trying to get some Skittles, I mean, shoot. Pop in and get some Skittles. If you're on an in-and-out mission and then somebody's just standing there in your way, you know, I've got all kinds of cool stuff. We've got regular stuff. We've got off-the-wall stuff. I've got great for birthday presents. Great for, I mean stocking stuffers when it comes time for Christmas. I mean, there's all kinds of great stuff in here. I've got a Christmas Story was one of the big things. My grandparents, we watch it every year. So when I saw those come up, I've got little bars of soap that say soap on them that have Ralphie on the can where he had to put the soap in his mouth. Yep. And then I've also got Fragile leg lamp candies that are orange sour. And they look like a Pez with a leg lamp pressed into it. Yeah. Then it comes in a metal tin. But both of those are actually Warner Brothers licensed collectible items. The tins are. Really? And they're in a metal tin. It's not a piece of cardboard. It's something you can give as a gift. Like those things. I mean, you've got like gourmet popcorn over there. Yeah. Like if you're needing to, look a little fancy, grab some gourmet popcorn and do it, And I have a buddy at work. He has a niece that hates the Christmas Story movie. So that's what she got from him. That's what she got. She got one of those. I love it. I mean, really, you guys, you have something for everything. I mean, you even got the It's a Girl cigars and things like that, like things that we used to like. I mean, I know people are probably like, ooh, no, like candy cigarettes and stuff like that, dude. We used to love those things. I've got the chalk sticks and the bubble gum, which I didn't know. Got those. I didn't know the bubble gum, you could blow through it and the powdered sugar comes out. A guy at work told me about that. What? Yeah, the ones that actually look like a cigarette, you blow through it and it makes a little powdered sugar come out. He told me about it and I came straight here to the store, didn't even say hi to my wife, went and opened them up and I'm like, what? I didn't even know that. Yeah, I made a little video of it because it was cool. My wife's like, don't post that on her Facebook. She's like, the world these days. I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes or anything. I don't smoke. But it's still like when I was a kid, I used to sit there and and I would bite the ends off it so it looked like it was getting shorter. And, it's a cultural thing, like a generational thing. Well, I mean, you think about all my grandparents smoked cigarettes. Yeah.
My dad smoked for the longest time.
You know, my grandfather, he smoked up until the day he died. You know, then like today, you know, people go outside to smoke or do this or that.
No.
They smoked in their house. It was a cigarette
My
and
grandpa
coffee.
did the same thing. Had an ashtray sitting right there on the coffee table.
And if you're like, oh, smoking's bad, and they're like, why don't you shut up and leave me alone?
Yeah, my choice. Leave it alone. Yeah.
But
I mean, everybody vapes these days, and so it's just a different thing.
Candy vape.
There you go. I mean, I vape, and it's it tastes better.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell as bad, but it's not any better for me. Everybody's like, well, it's better for you. Don't smoke. Nothing should be going into your lungs. So let's just put it at that.
I mean, to add to the vices and the bad things, I've had liquor chocolates that Liquor Barrel chocolates have liquor in them. I've got Irish whiskey truffles that the truffle in it has whiskey in it, but it's such a small amount that you can get the flavor of it, but it doesn't have any effect on anything. But the little Liquor Barrels, you bite into those and they've got half a shot in them. Woo. And so it's straight liquor in those. So you got to be 21 to buy those. You don't have to be 21 to buy the other one. Butler's Irish whiskeys. I've got chocolate bars and truffles. But yeah, like you said, something for everybody.
Yeah.
I've got candy that's 10 pieces for $1. We've got stuff that's $35 a piece.
Yeah.
I've got everything in every price range.
You've got it. I mean, like I said, you can stop in here especially everybody's driving down 66, stop in here. You need to grab a gift or something. It's great. You can just get something good. Mm-hmm. And if you're going somewhere and you need, like I said, that are multiple for a certain amount of money, you can grab a bunch and you can hand them out and things like that, whatever you're doing,
We had a client or a customer come in last summer. He had his grandkids. He gave them a certain amount of money each.
Yeah.
And they had to figure out what they wanted, and it taught them to budget.
Yep.
But they would come up, well, I've got $2 left. What can I get? And I'd show them, I said, well, you can get 20 of these or one of these or two of these. Yeah. And they got to decide what they wanted. I mean, but like I said, we've got like 10 for $1. Sometimes if you're buying a bunch of stuff and I've got some extra suckers, we just throw them in.
Yeah.
The bulk candy, and like you're saying for gifts, we just had a 13-year-old's birthday party in here.
Oh, did you? There you go. Yeah, that's perfect.
She wanted to have her birthday party at the candy shop, so we closed down for the private event, which if you saw that on our Facebook, closed for a private event a few months ago. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
We went next door. We bought them a pizza from AJ's.
Heck yeah.
Her grandparents, friends, they all came in. We don't have a lot of room, so we just shoved stuff out of the way, set up a few tables. They had their pizza. We let them all get a certain amount of bulk candy included as a package.
Part of it, yeah.
And then
that's a great idea.
And then my wife and I, we personally went and built, like she was into anime and Japanese stuff, which there's some stuff that we didn't have. So I hit up the Asian market in Tulsa.
Oh, yeah.
And we built her a gift bag of all kinds of different stuff. Like they have duck lip flavored chips there. They have all kinds of stuff, or duck tongue.
Well, I mean, you can find all those like China and Japan. In Japan, they have like the weirdest Kit Kats, the weird flavors of these chips and different things like that. So
so we built her a box of all that because her mom kind of said that's what she's into.
Yeah.
So my wife worked the party. I took the kids. We went and did something to preoccupy ourselves.
Yeah.
And she's like, she absolutely loved it. She's like,
that's awesome.
She's like, you just killed it with all this stuff you put in there. Like,
that's a great idea. My kids would love that. My daughter would love that.
Yeah.
That's an awesome, cool thing to do.
I think we ended up on that one is a few $100, but you're getting every person, even the adults, got their own bulk candy.
That's awesome. I mean, and you think about it, that's a lot of exposure for you guys too, because you got all those people that are coming.
Yeah.
They got something they like. They're like, man, I really like that. I got to go back.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we're a business, so we did have to profit, but basically we had a small hourly rate, and then whatever that a dollar amount that they spent, they got probably a little bit more than that back in product.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, we bought the pizza from next door.
Yeah.
We went and got plates. Even grandma, grandpa, mom, all the adults that weren't even really part of the party.
Yeah, they weren't really there.
They all got candy too.
Shoot, I can't beat that.
So,
yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, So how can people kind of keep in touch on like what you guys are going on here, where you guys are going to be going, like doing your setting up, things like that? Because you guys got the freeze dried candy here that you guys
we just did the New Orleans Square Block party. We're going to have a booth set up at the Gateway Foundation this Wednesday, and then Saturday we're going to be at the Tulsa Farmers Market. So you can be all over those places. Yep, and then at the events we sell freeze dried candy, and then I've got to do a little self promoting. August 10th, we're going to have the Summer Bazaar hosted by Spaded and Jaded Tattoo. Yeah. We are a sponsor of that. So they're going to have professional live wrestling, a car show, a bike show, petting zoo, bounce houses. Obviously, it's tattoo shops. Yeah. Of live tattooing, live piercings. There's going to be some artists there doing live painting, and then they'll have their own art for sale. And then there'll be vendors on top of it. It's $5 a head, August 10th at the Property Event Center, which is right off the turnpike on Olive or 129th if you're a Tulsa person in Broken Arrow. Yeah. So it's between 121st and 111th on 129th. Yeah. Big red building. It's $5 a person to get in. Shoot, you can't beat that for $5 a person. That's a lot of different things you get to see and do. And if you get there early enough, free donuts, free coffee, free cold drinks. There you go. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, and I will be there probably from 8 in the morning till close to midnight, but we're going to start at 9, aim for shutting her down about 10. If there's enough people, we might do 10 or 11. A little bit later, So, and it's always But you can have a little fun too. Yeah, John Black and the guys that run that, this one's more for the kids because we've had some adult theme stuff going on, and he's like, we got to do one for the kids. And he's just trying to make it as big as he can. He wants to see how big of a party he can see what he can do. Yeah. Who doesn't want to have the biggest party? Yeah, but they've got kids themselves. I think his boy that always comes up, and he's real cool. So I give him some freeze dried candy for free every once in a while. I think he's like 10 or something like that. And then my kids are going to be there. My son's 5. He's turning 5. So we're going to let him go crazy. Yeah. Have some fun. So lots of fun that day. Yeah, that'll be cool. We're talking the professional wrestling, like a legit luchador, jumping off the top rope, back flipping, everything, chair stomping. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, and it's all good stuff. And the concession stand is Wrestling for a Cause. They raise money for families who have children of childhood cancer. Yeah. And it's to help cover unexpected medical expenses, travel costs. Yeah, the things that insurance doesn't cover and stuff like that. Yeah. And then the other nonprofit we're raising money for is Pushing for Purpose, who was started by Frank, who's been part of our events and doing videos and stuff for everybody. He started that for anybody in need, pretty much. People who are getting back on their feet, recovering from addiction, trying to do right. Yeah. He's been doing work with a boys' home down towards Durant, getting them supplies that they need. Oh, wow. Yeah. The coordinator there said they need, obviously, volunteers is the biggest thing. Yeah. To spend time and invest in these boys who are victims of their circumstance that are not their own fault. Not their fault. Yeah. But the biggest thing is they needed a lot of hygiene products. Yeah. Socks, underwear, toothbrushes. If you've ever been around a lot of boys, it gets pretty stinky. So, so we're raising money for both of those. Well, that's really cool. So, have some fun and you're going to help out. Yeah. And it's $5 to get in. So, if $5 for a little kid with cancer for his family to be able to stay in a hotel or somebody who's getting back up on their feet, trying to do right. Yeah. And you get to have fun at the same time. It's a win-win. Yeah, and most of the big stuff is free, and then you just bring a little pocket money if you see something you want to. Yeah, get some food or buy some freeze-dried candy. Freeze-dried candy over here. Yeah, and then also you guys are on Facebook. People can follow on your Facebook and Facebook and TikTok are 2 that we've got right now. What's your tag on those? You can just search Route 66 Candy Shop. This is our profile picture. And you see this? That's us. You're in the right spot. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what our TikTok is. My wife set that up. I just slap videos. You just put videos on there, yeah. But our business cards, if you do come in, we've all our freeze dried candy and our business cards have a QR code. So you scan that. That gives you the link tree to More Munchies freeze dried candy, Route 66 Candy Shop. Mm-hmm. We have a link for all the ingredients that are in every single one of the freeze dried candies we do. Dang. which, by law, we're required to put ingredients on the bag. But if there's something that you're unsure about before you want to buy it, or if you want to place an order, you can look it up, make sure it's good for you. Because I didn't know Bit of Honey has nuts in it. So if you know, that's something you guys know now.
Well, don't eat Bit of Honey if you're allergic to nuts.
It has almonds in it, yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't know that either. So I'm not allergic to anything, so I just really don't pay attention.
I'm not allergic to anything.
If I am, I don't know, and I still eat it. Probably the thing that makes my stomach hurt or something. But
my wife, she's like, I eat hot peppers. She's like, why do you do that to yourself? You're allergic to.
You don't.
It doesn't agree with your body anymore. You're 30. I'm still gonna do it.
After you get your gallbladder out too, there's a lot of like fried food and stuff. Man, it is not set. But gosh, you give me some onion rings, I'm gonna go to town. Like, I'm not gonna say no. I
accept the consequences.
Yes, I know I will regret it later, but right now I am not regretting it. So let's do this. But also on your cards, if you. Oh yeah, you keep buying candy.
Yeah. So it's a punch card. So every $10 you come in and spend. Well, it used to be every single $10. So if you spent like $30, we give you 3 punches. Yeah. We had to give so much candy away.
It was just going crazy.
People were holding their feet to the fire on this. So you come in, spend at least $10.
Get a punch.
You get a punch. You fill this card up. You come back in. You give it to us. We'll redeem it. You get a free ½ pound of bulk candy.
Dang.
And the bulk candy we've got trail mix, gummies, taffy, chocolates. Anything you see in the store that's in the bulk containers through the whole store is all the same price.
Is included.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, bulk candy, $6 per ½ pound, $12 for a pound.
Yeah, $12 a pound. I think the mall, the last time I checked, was $18.
Yeah, it was like 18 something for it.
There's a fairly new snack place in Tulsa that also sells fish. They've got a store that's split in two. It's an interesting concept. But I creeped on them, and theirs was 13.
13. So I mean, it's still cheaper, and it's and
that includes the sugar-free bulk.
Yeah,
everything
all that over there.
Those tubs. You see those tubs anywhere in the store, it's that's
price. Part of it. So I mean, if you really are like, man, I would like to take my kids, get some candy, you can do it, and it's not going to cost you on the way. It really, and honestly, when you think like, well, ½ a pound, that's a lot of candy when it really comes down to it. It's not like when you look at it, you go, you have it in your bag, and you go, man, that's going to be a lot of money, and you put it down, and it's really.
Yeah, most of our peg bags over there, those bags are, yay big. Those are 4 ounces.
Yeah.
A pound is 16 ounces. So that's a third pound.
Yeah.
So you're not even to $6 yet.
Yeah.
And that's, now granted, we do have gummies in the peg bags. The peg bags are probably a little bit cheaper, but
it's not as good.
They're not as cool. Yeah.
It's not, I mean, you're not
going to get gummy teeth.
You don't get gummy teeth or gummy pigs or gummy cows or.
Also,
centipedes.
Not to take a stab at Quick Trip or anything, but the sour strips.
Yeah.
I've got basically their cousin over there in the bulk. And when you get them, they're a lot cheaper than the sour strips.
My wife, my kids love those things. And so whenever they saw them, they were like, oh, yeah. They're putting them in their bags.
We call them belts. So they're sour belts or rainbow belts, but they're the same thing.
You've got tropical frogs. You've got, the old wax bottles, soda bottles that you get. You got the wax ones there.
Yeah, but they're updated for our generation. So instead of little wax bottles, they're wax glow sticks.
Yeah. So you've got those. My kids love those. I always liked them. I was a weird one. I always choose on the wax afterwards because
I've got wax lips over there too. I didn't understand what they were. I've never had them. Apparently, they're just a chunk of wax that you chew on.
Yeah.
And your body doesn't absorb the wax. It just goes on through when you digest it.
Huh. I never actually ate them. I just chewed on them and spit things.
Yeah, I've seen them. I looked it up because I'm like, there's no way this is just wax. And that's exactly what it is.
It's just wax.
It's a food grade wax.
It's just But I mean, you have fun with it. You just put them on your lips and look at me.
Well, the gummy teeth, if you hold them just right and flip your lip over them, they look like the old hillbilly buck teeth.
Yeah, my son had his and doing it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, so there's just a lot that you can follow on Facebook, TikTok, see all the fun stuff that are going on. Come in. Claremore, Catoosa, Owasso, guys, come over. Inola, all you guys around here. I mean, come over here and check it out. You won't be disappointed. Bring the kiddos, get some good candy. And I mean, and meet my buddy Chad here. He's a good dude. I like to talk. We were pretty chummy just off that first day we talked,
we just hit it off, started talking, and then
I was like, I got to have this dude on the podcast.
Well, then I came back and saw the register still had your total on it. I'm like, did we even do that? And you're like, no, we haven't even rang it up yet.
Yeah, we were just talking.
Yeah.
And then I came back in here the next day, and your wife was in here, and I was like, oh, are you Chad's wife? She was like, yeah, who are you? And I was like, oh, I'm Phil. I have the podcast. She was like, oh, yeah, okay. And then he came in. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, and the kids, all
they were
our kids and our kids, they were just running around having a good old time.
Your daughter was ready to go with us. Your wife jokingly said, you're going to go with them. And she was like, let's go. She was ready to go.
My daughter's a very interesting individual. She's going to be very successful in life because she bends everything to her will. There is no other way.
It's that way, yeah.
But yeah, so when you're in here, you might see my kids run around. People do come in with their kids and it's like, oh my God, quit touching. I'm like, do you realize how much my kids rearrange the store on the daily?
Things, yeah.
I have to go around and I'll find
things in different places.
Yeah, I'll find a licorice pipe from that shelf over there, over here, or, an old timey candy bar stuck up here on the bulk shelf.
Yeah.
And we're kid friendly.
It's a candy shop.
And if you come in and we haven't had any customers in a while, we let the kids go crazy between customers. They've got to burn off their energy.
Oh, yeah.
We used to have a little metal radio flyer tricycle, and they would ride it around in here. It's like the Shining, like just going around.
I say, your son just like popped his head out. He heard heard us in here talking, and he just popped his head out, and he was inviting her back there. Like she said, you had to go to the bathroom. He's like, yeah, I'll show you where it's at. Like he was just like, let's go. We're like, whoa, where are you going? Like,
didn't even realize.
Didn't even ask. We're like, you didn't even tell us she had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He was like doing the job for us. He was like, yeah, here, it's right over here.
Yeah, he if he hears a kid, he's out here. He pops it out and. He likes to give out free stuff sometimes. So,
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Everything in here rotates, so every time you come in, hopefully it's a little bit different. So you got to keep coming in to see what we got.
See what's coming in there. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think this is something that we need. It gives you that good feeling. You guys are legit working hard. Mm-hmm. You guys are, you're out there doing another job. I'm taking up your time being on one of the days that you guys are closed, and you're doing this with me. You guys are putting a lot into it.
Yeah, I worked from 7 this morning to 4:30. Came over here.
Now we're talking for 2 hours.
Now I've got to go home and get dinner ready
and be dad.
Be dad, yeah.
And be dad. So if anything, come and support them. Go follow them on their social medias. Go watch what they've got posted. And just come out and enjoy it. Cause it's all about it. Is support our local businesses and the family run businesses that are out there doing it, that you don't have employees. It's you guys, you're the employees, and they're working hard. So support them, come and check it out. Spend a few bucks. You're going to get a lot. For what you spend.
It takes a lot to spend. Like if you spend like $30, it's usually like a Walmart bag full.
Oh, ours wasn't even $30, and we still had tons. Like I told you, our kids are still eating off some of that candy. Yeah. And I'm gonna buy more while I'm here, just to let you know, because I need some more of those gummy bears. And I need some more of them chocolate covered espresso.
Yeah,
bears.
and I love when people come in and they see something like the Cinepix. They're like, "Man, I remember these."
Oh yeah.
Then their kids are like, "What?" And you're like, "Oh, you're not cool enough. You don't know about this." And then parents get to pull their cool card out and educate their kids a little bit. Let me
show you some. I remember getting the Cinepix from I would go eat buffet, like Chinese buffet with my grandma, and they would have the little Cinepix at the place we went. And I always got one afterwards just because it was just part of it. And I loved them. They're awesome. When I quit smoking, I used Cinepix to chew on whenever I quit smoking cigarettes.
That's a big deal for people who quit smoking cigarettes.
They're good old classic old fashioned cinnamon toothpicks. I've
got a lady that comes in and buys half a case of Abba Zabbas every 2 weeks. We've got big hunks. We've got
I love big hunks. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, do you?
Oh gosh, love me some big hunks. No, you've got all kinds of great stuff in here, and I think getting it out there so people can know where it's at. Remind them. We got one over here, and that it's really, I texted you and said I was running a little behind, and I actually made it on time. It took me like 15 minutes to get here from Claremore.
Well, and
I was on the turnpike. I live by the turnpike entrance, so it's real easy. I jumped on the turnpike. I
even tell people in Broken Arrow, like, it's the same drive.
It's not that far.
Here to like, if they go to the mall or they come here, it's the same amount of time, less traffic. You're going to save money. You don't have to fight people for parking. You don't have to fight people.
You don't have to go on the mall.
And
the mall's sketchy nowadays.
And you don't have to get on 4 different highways. You can come right up county line.
Yeah.
You can come up the turnpike.
Yeah, easy.
You know, because I came from 81st and Lynn Lane, and it takes me 15, 20 minutes to get here from work.
Yeah.
Every day. And that's in rush hour.
So, I mean, no excuses. I mean, you've got everybody around you can get here. It's a good central location for all all the spots.
If you go to the Hard Rock, you just go past the Hard Rock to Pine, hang a right, come up to Route 66 where the Hooks gas station is.
Yeah.
Hooks is on one end, we're on the opposite.
Yeah.
So
you guys got to come check it out. Chad, I appreciate you giving me time, sitting down, talking with me. I hope you guys just keep blowing up. I really do. I think you will too. I'm ready for you to have ice cream in here so that I have a better excuse to come in here and buy more candy so I can get some ice cream as well. But like, what you guys are doing is awesome. I can genuinely tell you guys are good people. I don't know. I kind of have this weird radar. You can tell when people are kind of sketchy, and you go, "Yeah, they're not the nicest people. They're not. They're good at acting. You know, you really kind of notice those things, and I can tell you guys are good people. You guys are. Your kids show that you guys are good parents. You're good people. They're very polite. They're kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is what it is, but they really were. And so that's why I was like, we've got to have them on the podcast, get them talk to them, and get people over here, because it's a little gold mine. Really, it's a good place to have around here. Yeah. And I'm glad we have it. And I want more people to come over here and see it and enjoy it like we do. Because it is awesome. This is not just some like spiel or whatever. I really enjoy, I legit love this place. It's awesome. It's great. The candy selection's awesome. So, I mean, get people over here and enjoy what I'm enjoying. That's the whole point of the podcast.
It's a good change of pace for me, because I work industrial, then I get to come here and I see kids come in, and, you know, if
pastel colored roof.
Yeah. And I like, sometimes if a kid comes in, I like giving out free stickers. We've got tons of stickers. You know, if a kid comes in, hey, I've got $5. This is what I want to get. Kid's going to get $5.
You get $5 worth.
A good $5 worth. You know, we're going to make it happen.
He's going to make it work.
Yeah.
We're going to show you. We're going to show you where the good stuff is, and we're going to get it.
And that just makes my day to be able to make somebody else's day like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially a little kid after you see a big old smile.
Well, even adults. Sometimes they'll come in like, "What can I get for this?" And I'm like, "Well, do you want quality, quantity, a mix of both?"
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Man, that's like, I'm coming back so I can get more of this."
Oh yeah. I mean, we keep coming back. We're going to keep coming back because we love this place, and as we got to keep you open, so we can keep coming back to this place, because it's good to have these types of things. It's the mom and pop shop candy stores. You got an awesome selection. It's if it's in the summertime, it is cool in here. It feels a lot better than it does outside. I'll tell you that. So get out of the heat at least and come and get some candy. I mean, you got to keep it somewhat cool in here. You got chocolate.
And I advertised last year, which we didn't have the following we did now, that when it's stupid hot, I keep water in the back. I've got the picnic table there with seats. Come in and cool off. Just hang out with us.
Yeah.
I get bored on Saturday when I'm here for 8 hours by myself.
Yeah.
Just come talk to me. Keep me company.
Come say hi.
You know, if there's something that sparks your fancy, we can maybe work a deal, or
make it work.
You might see something you're like, actually, while I'm in here.
Yeah. We'll get one of those too.
We got kids that skateboard all around. They come in and hang out, cool off. You know,
yeah.
I want to be a community fixture.
Yeah.
To where it's like, hey, let's just go. You know, when I was a kid, but I didn't have any money, I'd go hang out at stores. This place, but I got to know the people that work there.
Yep.
And, you know, I want to be that. We're on the corner. We can be a corner store where you come hang out, chill.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, you know, unless you're trying to steal or something, I'm not gonna be like, hey, you gotta go. You ain't got no money. Get out of here.
No money. Get out of here.
You know.
Yeah. No. Just don't steal nothing from you.
Yeah.
Just be polite. Be kind, and just come and chill. You know, come and talk. And I think what you guys are doing, you're going to keep on growing. I think it's going to be bigger, and you're going to keep on going. I really do. You guys are awesome. I hope people come over here. I know they will once they see this, and it may be just a handful of people, because I mean, I'm not famous or anything. Right. This is just a podcast. I'm just a local guy.
I'm going to need a signed copy of this podcast for.
We're going to need I'm going to need whenever it goes big.
Yeah, so I can cash it in for $1 million.
There you go. I don't know about that.
I'll open my second location
Yeah,
with that.
whenever, yeah. I'll be like, I remember whenever they had this one little small store and there was no ice cream there, and then they're going to have like 15 stores someday.
Yep.
What do you mean? How would you do that? Route 60, you're just going to have to open them on Route 66. You can't open them anywhere else unless they're on Route 66.
Are there candy shops in Veneta?
I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of Route 66 here in Oklahoma. You got a long path.
I know there's a lot of, like, we went to the Spook House up there. Was it Talala or Nowata?
Oh, yeah. Over that way, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they don't have one either.
There you go.
Yeah. And there's a lot of teenagers that work at that Spook House.
I mean, we don't have candy shop in Claremore either.
Yeah. Well,
saying.
Yeah, maybe that's where my landlord's based out of, and be like, hey, man, I need a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, let's give me a 2 for here. Let's give me a spot over here. Shoot, I'll come sell candy for you.
Yeah, maybe you can work for me.
Oh, yeah, there we go. See, we're already
candy shop /podcast.
Boom.
Studio.
There we go. That's now we're thinking big. Awesome. Well, Chad, I don't want to keep you too much longer. You got to get home and be with the family and stuff like that. So again, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for being on the show, guys. Come and check out the store. You won't be disappointed. Got a few bucks in your pocket, come in here, spend it on candy.
Like literally $2, you can get up to 20 pieces of candy.
Like seriously. So come in and get some. If you need sugar-free, they've got a great selection. Come and get it. It's good. So again, thank you so much, Chad. And guys, thanks for listening to another episode of I Never Met a Stranger I Didn't Like.